Jonathan, today we're going to talk about winter boots.
I know, and I just got the stuff, the good stuff right
Oh,
here.
that's the wrong boot. The wrong winter boot.
Man, but look at it. It's pretty funny, man.
Can you play football in that during winter times?
I mean, if you're a bowler, you can use anything.
If you can't play football in that, you can play football in this. I've seen it.
I have not.
You haven't seen it. It's a little bit crazy what's inside. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Is there boots?
There's a boot.
A boot?
There's a boot.
Dear God Almighty. What on earth is this?
This, my friend, is a Copa Winter Mid Gore-Tex, whatever they decided to call it. It's basically it's a Copa Mundial made for playing in the winter. The cool thing is that this is actually made as a winter football boot, like a winter football boot would be made, just like you saw my hiking boot there on the table. This is made with Gore-Tex, and that's the cool thing. You know Gore-Tex, right? It's basically a material that's made out of heated up and stretched Teflon. That's then been made so it's completely waterproof, and it still allows sweat to come out. So it blocks all the water drops going in, but it's still, the membrane is small enough to allow sweat to come out. And then they took the Gore-Tex and they slapped it on a Copa upper. That's kind of.
I'm at a loss for words. Like, I've seen a lot in my long and healthy life. But this is something else.
But I mean, it's kind of. I mean, yeah, it looks a little bit weird. It looks this is a high cut.
This is one of those things that like somebody at the Adidas Creative Lab.
Yeah.
They said, you know what? For the next month, I'm just gonna do what I think could be cool and innovative.
Yes.
And this is what they came up with.
This is innovative. I mean,
But I mean, it's like, look, I'm not hating.
No.
Like it could be great. I don't know, but like, it's just like, wow.
let's just say that it's something else, right?
It's like a pretty chunky, bulky.
This is a chalk boot.
Yeah.
Like one of those chukka boots. Like, and for me, it's
like this is like the Yapstam edition. For the kids out there, Google Yapstam.
He kept it real. But the funny thing is that, if you feel the leather, it's actually a nice kangaroo leather upper here. It's not too bad. It's based on the.
It makes a funny sound.
That's probably because it's treated so it doesn't absorb that much water. But it's basically based on the Copa 18. Which is, you can kind of see the resemblance here. Instead of having the X-ray foam on the inside, you basically have stitches instead. Why, I don't really know.
Because snitches get...
Exactly. So these are the snitches or what? You don't make any sense.
Look, in generic terms, I love to speak in generic terms,
I know.
But, nowadays, boots are getting more and more trimmed down. You know? Like they are trying to cut off anything and everything that is not used ever for anything. Always. Now and forever. But when you look at this is like going to the opposite direction. Like all the other boots we have on the table are essentially, very trimmed down. Like, my Lord, like they don't even have laces, these exact models we have here right now. But then you have this.
But where are you going with that? I mean...
It's just like going against the grain. Like,
but maybe that's neat. I mean, have you ever seen an actual dedicated winter football boot out there? Okay, we just saw the Como boots that Adidas released last week.
I have not seen, but in my opinion, the question here is there a need for one?
Well, I don't know about you.
I have played a whole lot of football in like minus 20 degrees.
Yes.
And
it sucks.
But...
Would you have worn this? I mean, back in the cold winters of Finland, would you have worn this?
Honest to God, probably not.
But why wouldn't you?
If I would, again, I can't talk because I've never put this on or tried it out or anything like this, but like, if I like the fit and feel, I will have no
I've
problem.
actually put it on and it doesn't feel bad. Let me put it like that. It's relatively comfortable. It's nice and padded on the inside. You know, it's leather, so it's going to be okay. There's decent stability in it. You get obviously the normal Copa outsole, and it doesn't feel as chunky and bad as it looks. But I'm just like, would I be able to take myself seriously if I rock up to an adult training or an adult football match wearing these? I'm not 100% sure, but I like the idea. And, you know, having Gore-Tex is going to keep your feet dry. There's no two words about it. But I
You know, for somebody out there, this could be a life changer.
Yes.
And that may be what it's all about.
I think, and it's maybe about also, you know, putting emphasis on having the winter technologies that Adi can do something with Gore-Tex. They can do something with Primaloft like they did on the Como boots, where they slapped this insulating material inside the boots to keep your feet warm. Like and the funny thing about this is that this is actually based off some of the times where some of the Adi players, let's not name names, but maybe some of the guys who played in Spain who are a little bit sensitive to cold, have requested to have insulating material inside their boots. It's messy, by the way, but this is where they took the inspiration. And apparently, someone thought, hey, why not only use Primaloft? Also, let's use Gore-Tex.
I wonder if they could get Messi to wear this for one game.
Well, I mean, if he's
That would be some good banter.
If he's going to Moscow, I reckon he actually would want to do it. But I mean, yeah, it's a special boot, and maybe it's a little bit hard for everyone to take seriously because it looks. Let's bring it back. Where is it?
The Beast Almighty.
Yeah. Like
The mother of all shoes.
Listen, I've actually been hiking in this.
Look, man, I can't believe you own a pair like this. And again, like, what I really want to say about the Copa, like, now we're laughing and having fun, and what I'm saying is, I could probably enjoy this boot. You know,
I
it
think
might
you would.
feel good, like whether it has like all this Gore-Tex, whatever. Like all that aside, if it felt good, I would not care to, you know, if this was the best boot I ever worn and I wanted to wear it in the summer when it's plus 30, I wouldn't care, if you know what I mean.
True, yeah. But this is a utility boot. It's not a boot made for being flashy or, you know, having no laces and all that stuff. This is a utility boot, and you got to recognize that there are people out there who appreciate that sort of football boots.
100%.
And you know, if you have a pair of long training pants, I think, you know, it might be okay to actually, you know, not get wet feet. If you're playing a lot in the rain or a lot in the snow even, it's super cold. There's nothing worse than getting wet, cold feet. You can't feel your toes, you can't feel the ball.
Wet, cold pants is even worse.
That's also pretty bad, yeah. I reckon wet, cold feet are worse. I'm just saying, I hate it. But why do you get wet, cold pants, by the way? Do you pee your pants? You're one of those guys who pee... Oh, man.
I mean, sometimes when you gotta go, you gotta go.
So that's apparently the reason, the way to stay warm in Finland.
I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
What you gotta do. But I mean, if this is what you gotta do, then I think it's a nice little thing. I don't really, you know.
How much does this cost? Do you know?
I do not know, actually.
Okay. Yeah, but it's one of those things like it will take a lot from somebody to walk into a store and instead of grabbing the super sexy and, you know, very established Predator.
Which also has Primaloft in it, by
exactly.
the way. Keeps your feet
and
warm.
go and, you know, grab this instead.
Yeah.
It will take some real manhood.
But if you're looking for something to keep you warm, what would you rather, like, and you hate freezing and it's minus 20 degrees outside. What would you rather wear out of these two? I'm just asking.
Somebody
Answer my
out there
question.
might say
Answer my
that
question.
I will put on an extra pair of socks and buy this that I can also wear in the summer.
No. You would take this and I know it. And you guys would take this and I know it. And it might look a little bit funny and, you know, a little bit like a hiking boot, but I appreciate it for what it is. Would I wear it myself?
Look, me too. Like, I totally appreciate this. You know, I'm just trying to point out all these funny things, like, you know, that it's basically, they made it bulky, heavy, and chunky, you know, which is technically everything that all brands nowadays trying to avoid.
Yeah, but it feels like they're also making this for the sake of it. This is a bit of a fun thing. It's a bit of a gimmick. I bet you it works, but it also feels like a bit of, let's do it and let's smack on all these, like, big hiking boot inspired pieces of synthetic to keep, you know, stability in the heel, all that stuff. It's fun. I like it for what it is. I would probably never wear it myself because it's not that cold in Denmark. But if I was playing in the northern parts of Finland, I wouldn't be too shy to wear them. That's just my opinion.
As cold as it gets in Finland, you know, I'm just gonna say that, you know, we have very nice football pitches that are mostly heated.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
I'm not saying it's warm on the pitch, but like, you know, it does do something. Like the artificial grass pitches, they are not like soaked in the snow. I don't know all the way up in Lapland, you guys can tell me in the comments, but you know, in generic terms, we're doing pretty well, like, you know,
Staying warm.
equipment, like, you know, environment, like, you know,
facility-wise.
Facility-wise.
Okay, okay.
English 101.
So, what do we say? What's the verdict?
The verdict here is that, you know, I have respect for these, you know, I F with these. I think they're dope and they're cool. Would I wear them? I will happily give them a go.
Yeah.
Would I spend my hard-earned money to buy these instead of buying a regular pair of football boots?
No.
Off the top of my head, no. If I like them, if it was the best football boot ever made, I would buy 10 pairs. But, you know, I F with these.
That's the most generic. I think they're funny. I think they're wonky. They're
Same.
a bit, you know, they're.
Same. Look,
But,
I think it was one of those things that, like, guys, do something crazy and outrageous.
Yeah, and they
you know?
did.
Yeah.
And they did. But guys, what do you think about the new Copa Mid Gore-Tex winter boots? You should let us know in the comment section right down below. Now, if you do in fact hate cold feet and you want to get a pair of these, you can actually go and buy them from unisportstore.com if you click the link right over there. Now, of course, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to go subscribe. We will be so happy and you will see all the latest videos if you also click the notification button. And finally, if you want to learn some cool skills, you can click the playlist right down there. Well, that's it, guys. We're signing off.